All right, many people are going on vacation this summer, and some of them more than once. And there are also new travel trends. Which ones could help you save money? Okay, so summer is a hot time for travel, right? Well, more than 80% of people plan to get out of town before school is back in session. And a lot of people are doing it more than once, so it can add up money-wise. But there are some trends out there that can perhaps help you save money. I'm joined now by Travelzoo's senior editor, Gabe Saglie. So, Gabe, good to see you.
Hey, Frederica. Great to be with you.
Wow, great. So there are 5 trends that you think, we should all take notice. One being, folks are relying a lot more on their phones, particularly when they're booking travel or as they're traveling. In what way?
I think from really from A to Z, I think, and this is being driven by millennials who are using and turning to their iPhones and their iPads and smart technology by the droves. We're seeing, for example, 50% of our own traffic leaving the website itself and actually coming off of our mobile app. And we've seen more than 4 million downloads to our app. And people are, in some cases, 1 out of 3 using the app more than once a day. Wow. So as far as researching your trip, as far as what to do once you're on the ground, and then how you share your experiences, it's all being driven by mobile. More and more companies are using mobile outlets to provide exclusives on the road as well. So if you want to find things to do, sometimes you'll only find them right there on your smartphone device.
Okay, and speaking of driving, that apparently seems to be the mode of transportation of choice, right? Instead of, really hitting to the skies, people would rather hit the road.
Yeah, I think the open road is back on everybody's, #1 spot on the to-do list. Our latest survey shows that 57% of Americans are actually planning a weekend road trip as their preferred summer vacation. I think a couple of things are interesting here. This flies in the face of higher gas prices. Gas is more expensive by about 8 cents a gallon now than it was a year ago, and it's higher than it was predicted to be just a couple of months ago by the experts. But I also think that this polar vortex that we started talking about at the beginning of the year, it drove airline prices right out of the gate. January, February, we were already seeing summer airfare prices up. And I think as people began to budget their summer vacation come this spring season, it just made more sense to get the kids in the car and pick a destination a couple hundred miles away and enjoy vacations that way.
All right, and then speaking of budgeting, sometimes folks are just happy with just one daycation, forget the whole weekend thing or a week, getaway, but just for a day.
Yeah, I mean, forget the staycation. Now it's what's being called a daycation. And I think this is very smart, particularly for destinations that are seeing low-season travel now. For example, South Florida, where you're seeing these beautiful 4- and 5-star resorts offering a day experience. You can use the pool, for example, get access to the spa amenities and maybe some fitness classes just for the day.
But that works if you're in that locality, right?
Definitely. What they're doing here is they're going after the affluent local traveler, the local resident. And, of course, come high season, come the winter season, they're going to be seeing enough of an influx from international and domestic travelers to not necessarily need these kinds of promotions as much.
Okay, and then I guess self-explanatory is that people are eating, local. That will help save some money, too. But then it's the whole do-it-yourself kind of traveling. And this means what? Checking into hotels on your own, picking up the key at one location. You're really cutting out the middleman or woman, so to speak. But in what ways are people, tending to do this?
Well, the flip side of this is the fact that it does take, there's a bit of a learning curve here. So more and more hotels are installing, for example, self-check-in kiosks. It's cutting down check-in time down to 2 minutes in some cases. The very savvy business traveler can probably do it in about a minute. Checking in, checking out of the hotel on your own and avoiding the line at the front desk. At airports, we're seeing more and more of these automated passport machines being installed at airports. In fact, I think Atlanta is finishing up installing several there at the airport, allowing international travelers that are U.S. citizens to bypass longer lines at customs checkpoints and sort of breeze through to their baggage claim and onto their final destination. So the concept of automating your experience, shortening lines at hotels and airports, definitely getting some ground across the industry.
Wow. Okay. All the trends and all the things that soon we're all going to be doing, just because you've now kind of, shed the light on it for us. Thanks so much, Gabe Saglie. Good to see you.
You too.